Gentlemen, welcome back to day 3 of the European Championships 2022. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to day 3 of the European Championships 2022, and we're into the knockout stages. My name is Greg Whitehouse, and I'm joined by the wonderful
Matt Locke.
It's good to be back. Day 3 into the knockouts. This is where things get serious.
Very serious. A little tension, a little pressure is coming into these games as these teams battle it out for a playoff position.
Yep, we've got the Canada versus Ireland women's.
And the athletes are about lining up here.
40-minute sets. 2 20-minute halves.
Oh, there you go. Standing up.
Here we go. A full start from Ireland there, but she stops before that ball retrieval line. I myself, so I just turned it down.
All right.
And the single ball just comes in from Ireland. A play 2 is called. Canada could have had 4, but the play ball is called by the referee there. And when they have the majority, that means they'll have to play the advantage of balls away from their side.
Oh, and great catch by Stephanie Ness.
Yeah, we've seen Ness in this tournament take a couple of those catches. When it's at her chest, that's probably where she feels most comfortable. You back yourself into it. And Emma Spence there also taken out. She's taken a couple of those Beercade player of the matches home. How those Beercade player of the matches work with 10 minutes to go. Matt, 4 players, 2 players from each team will go up into the Twitch chat poll for the Twitch chat to vote at home. Oh, and a catch picked up by Elsliger in the middle there. And Canada come out strong in this game.
Oh, and Elsliger was trying to get another one. And sometimes a lot of dodgeball players in general get a bit of a tunnel vision when they get that first catch, and they just need to get that other one. It's kind of an addiction, but also a drive to get that second catch.
It's what we spoke about a little bit yesterday on that last game. You know, when you set yourself into that mentality. Obviously, first game of the day, we are now into knockout, so things are a little more serious. A lot more serious, should I say. But when you set yourself into that catch, changes your mentality altogether.
I find that when I'm looking to catch, before even any of the throw happens, like I tell myself I'm catching this, or at least commit myself to that position. Oh, and Elsliger, I believe, bops it off her knee there.
Yeah, she's got into that perfect blocking position. Unfortunately, the throw from Meg Shine this time is a successful one. And Ireland looking at making the comeback. Oh, and Shine on a great cover there. Dermot, she's released her ball, but when you're left in that neutral zone, it's so much further up than that foam halfway line. Single ball release from Spence. Like we've said, that cloth one ball release normally comes from the centre. It offers that wider coverage.
And Shine keeping the pressure up a little bit. Comes up and there. Oh, I almost could have stopped that one. It was a little bit over my head. That'll be the first ball that gets sent back to the commentary booth of the day.
But some good throwing from the Irish girls. They take the risk and throw two. Morrison throws the one. Ness does then decide to throw the second just to make sure, but Lunt is hit out on that first single ball. Unlucky from her. She tries to get low. Just hide behind that ball, and that's what you're looking for when you're getting that dodge. Eyes up. Make sure you're covering yourself. Morrison on the charge. But a big arm from
Doyle.
number 6 there from Canada.
And great coordination by Stephanie Ness there. They chose the target, they committed to it, and they hit their target.
Yep. Some really smart plays from Canada in that section. They were 3 players down, but a couple of good hits. Oh, and 35. She gets so close into that. She almost sets herself perfectly. Milne there.
I really like Ness's coverage right there, where Doyle put that shot in, hit her target, Steph threw another one just to make sure that catch wasn't going to be happening.
Kincaid just going to be forced to throw that single ball every time ball pops up. Second ball already.
Hitting the commentary booth.
Kincaid has to play aggressive. Canada just told to set. They've got the set clock in their ear from that referee, and they do take the second set. Doyle, number 6 there. Very good dodgeball from her on that wing.
Some great teamwork by Doyle and Ness there. They really brought that. I believe it was 5-3 for a little bit.
If you're not already following the Twitch, just make sure you are. You can see World Dodgeball coverage for today, tomorrow, and Sunday. We're currently on day 3 of the World Champs, and that's a catch there from Doyle. Played superb dodgeball this game already. We're into that 3rd set now, and she set herself so well in every set. A stare off from Shine and Doyle in that centre court. Both players deciding to back off. Some great pressure from the Canada side there.
I'm noticing that too. I think their coordination, their leadership from their team is very in sync, or at least the wings are very in sync with each other, and they're never matching.
Yeah. And you've always got to be on the same page.
Yes.
Play 3 is called as they charge up with 4. All 4 are released. Doyle comes forward on the charge. Maybe a team would like to have held that, because that could have been the 5th ball there.
Number 35, Victoria Milne, just got sniped on the foot there. And again, with those short, small little jumps there to clear that area from below the knees to the feet.
And stuff like that from Shine is very underrated. What she's done there is Canada did have 4 in their arsenal, in their back pocket. Unlucky from Kincaid. She tries to get that 4th ball. And the wingers both on the same page there. They both strike the target, and they do get that hit there. Only 2 players behind now. Shine does pop the ball up, but that last second ball may be a little bit of a distraction. Matt, 50 seconds on the clock now of this set. Canada come out very, very strong. Some good throwing from Ireland. Centimetres away from
Doyle gets another hit.
Yeah,
She
Doyle
is
with that
on
lead.
fire.
Yeah,
this game.
Doyle playing very, very well. So aggressive. And that's an unlucky block from Elsliger. You're looking at what we call a defensive style block, just making sure that that block is nice and low.
And Canada takes the set.
The play ball was called, but unfortunately when the play ball comes in, you've then got that 5 seconds to make the play. There was obviously less than 5 seconds in that set, so you don't really have to throw. Yeah. And it's a good time management from the coach's box that will just make sure that that team is aware.
Yeah. Canada's really coming out strong here against the Irish. What do you think Ireland can do differently to kind of keep the pace with Canada?
Well, we've seen them in that second set there. They were up 5-2. Maybe a couple of dodges in that instance, because sometimes you take maybe a little bit of a risk when you're high up. In that instance, 5-on-2, you take that catch, it becomes a 6-on-1. You've almost dominated that set. From the Irish girls, getting hit by those single balls and that double running attack from Doyle and Ness does take out Irish players one by one. Very unlucky in that set not to take it. So both teams now being forced to line up. That timeout was called in by Ireland. That gives them that 1 minute timer just to make sure they're on the same page, Matt. A minute doesn't always sound like a long amount of time.
But a minute can change a lot.
A minute can change a lot. 11 minutes left on the clock. Doyle with that centre ball. Elsliger comes in. Powerful arm, and that's 2 big arms from the start.
Great start for Canada again. They are just hitting their shots. A lot of the Ireland shots are coming down a little too low and not quite reaching.
That single ball comes into Lund, but as she's released that ball, she's probably not quite in that right body position. That's sometimes the best time to throw that ball, Matt, because when your arm is across your body, when you've released that ball, it's hard to take a catch in that instance. Bit of a change up of wingers. Doyle and Ness have actually swapped sides. Morrison also now on this left side. McCartney with a high press.
Great job by Elsliger to keep the pressure up and recover that other ball.
Milne just with that pressure in neutral zone. Only 2 players down. Plenty of time in this set. And that's a double here and a catch on that.
And Canada finishes strong. It just seems in this match here that defensively, yes, Ireland could possibly match Canada, but it's the offense that seems to be coming through here, and Canada is consistently hitting their shots.
What we've seen from Canada this set so far has been great from this match so far. Like you said, that offensive, that attacking style play from Canada has proven so deadly, so quick up the court. They're making sure those running counters are aggressive. Full start from Lund, but she doesn't cross that ball retriever line, that activation line.
Yep. And so just to clarify, if you were to false start just slightly, but not cross that ball retriever line, you don't get carded?
Correct.
Okay.
Yeah, you won't get carded for a full start. You'd give away that ball. Unlucky from Lund in that 1v1 there. Very close to taking the target. A good block from 37 Kincaid on that Irish wing there. But maybe Ireland looking for those catches that aren't needed quite yet. We've spoke about what happens in those 3 minutes it's normally the 2 minutes are very calm and collective at the start. That last minute, you start to become a lot more aggressive. You start to take those risks, especially when both teams are even going into that minute. Fakes come in. Morrison is the only player to throw from that centre. And a block from Doyle, who has now returned to that left side. It's almost that when Ness heads out, Doyle heads out. They've got that plan down in the works. Safe and no hit. Doyle unlucky to make that hit. She's made plenty of those in this game so far. Played a great game, but probably always disappointed with yourself in that instance where you know you should be making that hit.
Yes. What I'm noticing about Doyle is her quick footwork. And if you can possibly watch her when next time she blocks, she immediately blocks and then switches her footwork and immediately into a running sprint or even a throwing stance. It's like seamless. Whereas sometimes there is an adjustment period when people need to get into a low blocking period, but seemingly with Doyle, she does it so effortlessly, is able to just switch her feet really quickly.
And it's that coordination that the top tier players are always after.
Yes.
And like you said, it's the perfect timing that you can switch. You can switch from that attacking style throw to that defensive style catching stance. Ireland are 10-0 down, but the 40-minute games provide definitely a lot of comeback opportunity. McCartney high up into that neutral zone does take out Ness. A big out.
McCartney seems pumped about that one.
And Ireland now probably not looking for those catches. They're looking a lot more for the dodges. Kincaid can't quite take the dodge on that one because the two balls from Canada are so on target and on time. Spence does throw at Doyle, but we've seen it from Doyle, and Ireland need to pick up on this quick. Doyle jumps every single time, Matt.
Almost every single time. Possibly Ireland will want to just get her to bite on one of those dodges and get her to over dodge a little bit and get her when she's coming down. Although with blocking cloth, you can clear more area with yourself with that ball. So I'm unsure if they would still be able to get her, although still be ooh, great shot by Dermott.
Yeah, that ball does pop up for Shine, but sometimes when you're hit out and that ball is pushed forward, it's always hard to recuperate yourself from that dodging momentum. So this is game one of day 3 into the knockout stages at Ireland versus Canada in the women's cloth. Next up on this court, it will be Mexico versus Ireland in the men's cloth. Ireland have withdrawn, have withdrawn from foam to make sure they're focused on that cloth. A smart decision. They were absolutely shattered from day 1 and day 2. They were in those 6 divisions. Emma Spence just trying to get hold of that second ball. Merwin is hit out on that single ball from Lund.
Just barely grazed that line.
And Elsliger over the neutral zone there. Maybe a slight distraction on where you've played a bit of foam. That white line is a slight distraction. But the orange lines or the red lines are... Oh, and it's a 1-for-1. It's a 1-for-1, but Spence was the only player left, and that was a 1v2. So Canada picked that set up a lot better from Ireland in that set.
Definitely, they started showing a little bit more of a stride there against Canada.
Three minutes left on that clock in the first half. 20-minute halves. Obviously, those halves are comprised of 3-minute sets. We do have a set timer in cloth for anyone that is newly watching from the foam side of things.
Great hit by Elziger.
A lot of people talking about Somerville and Doyle. I can imagine that is the Somerville from the mixed Canada side of things. A 1-for-1 from Kincaid, but Shine does not find her trade out. So Spence, the sole player left in for Ireland. We've seen her take those catches time and time again. And is hit by that third one, that delayed ball that we see come in.
Canada seems to definitely be utilizing more of a delayed ball or delayed throw structure. That's probably the third time I've noticed that. It's always, anytime they really need to get that target out or finish a set, they're constantly throwing two, a little bit staggered.
Yeah, Canada up 14. Now made that sub on that right wing. Cowie now joins the 6. Also half Kenny also on now. A 90-second set, so slightly different play style that you're going to be needing here. Maybe slightly more erratic to start. You're straight away onto that 90-second timer. The single ball comes in from the middle and a block from Doyle. Shine and Doyle probably the standout players from both sides at the moment. Very aggressive wing styles. Shine is not afraid to use that neutral zone. And a dodge from Kincaid. Three balls for Ireland. They are that one player down. 40 seconds left on the clock. Only the single ball from London. It makes the target.
Shine and Doyle are
half Kenny.
dueling. Ooh.
Half Kenny with a fake. McCartney is grazed on the shoes. That is a great throw from Doyle. Elsliger, I think, maybe a little disappointed. She believes she gets that hit, and maybe that's why she doesn't back up as quick as she wants. A block from Ness. Canada don't need to throw. Both teams with 4. Shine does hang around that neutral zone. Although Canada probably want the draw, Shine and the Irish squad would rather take the win at this stage. A draw means nothing. It just keeps that spacing between the two teams.
Yeah.
They obviously want to push themselves, making sure that when they go into that second half, they have a set under their belt. It's all about momentum in these 40-minute games. Some high fives and happy smiles from both teams, and that is always so nice to see. On-court enemies in dodgeball, off-court always best of friends.
One would hope.
I'd like to think so.
I would like to.
We're all here for the love of dodgeball.
Mm-hmm.
But some great dodgeball from Canada.
They are definitely coming out as I guess I wouldn't say aggressors, but I definitely think they're a lot more accurate, or at least organizational wise. They are throwing a lot of delayed throws that are really winning the game here and hitting the right targets.
That half timer, time, they have 5 minutes in total. Slightly larger than what we normally play. We play a 3-minute half time in European rule sets. That may change after Worlds. We will probably somewhat But a 5-minute timer, that just gives them the break on that, the 2 20-minute halves. We play a 2 15-minute halves in the European rule set. But just at the half time, the referee just did clear up with El Sliger that he believed it was the block, hit the ground, and then hit her.
Yeah.
Yeah. Can't be annoyed.
No. That's how it goes with
Obviously,
dodgeball
you want to get
sometimes.
every hit, but, you know, we can't always make everything in life.
Yes. You got to choose your hill to die on sometimes.
So, yet again, this is the 2022 Dodgeball World Championships map here in Edmonton, Canada.
And what a beautiful facility we here in Edmonton that we have for the World Championships.
Yeah,
I would say it's probably one of the best I've ever played in.
It's a real nice hall. Really nice hall. And that's the thing, you know, the facilities here. We're obviously playing on a larger court than some of what the Europeans are used to.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, we play slightly larger. This size court is based on the volleyball court. Obviously, great accessibility because you could just wander into a hall and find, especially out in Canada, where volleyball and sort of that style of sport is played a lot more.
Okay.
Yeah, we have volleyball in Europe, but it's not as popular.
Oh, I did not know that.
Yeah. You Canadians love every sport.
Yeah, seemingly.
At this hall, dodgeball is being played. There's sort of basketball we've seen a lot of in
on the other side there, yeah. And I believe wheelchair basketball as well, and maybe some badminton.
Yep. Badminton's very popular in England.
Yeah.
But we're not here for badminton. We're here for dodgeball, Matt, and that's what counts.
That's what matters most right now.
And we are ready to go on this second half. 20 minutes separates Canada. Head into the quarterfinals. Ireland still a fair way to claw themselves back into this game, but they can do. They have to come out aggressive in this second half. And the ball is popped up from Shine, but heads off court, and they don't want to risk anything. Because if you're jumping off court, it's only going to be a 1-for-1 trade because you don't have anyone to bring in at that point.
Keeping the pressure up. Oh, and Cowie almost, but decided to not go for that catch. Dermot and Ness hit their target, bringing Ireland back down to 4. See how the Irish will respond here. Oh, they have 4 balls. And the catch, I believe, by number 8 on Canada, Stephanie Stewart.
Yeah, real nice catch. Like we said, that momentum now in their heads. Play 3 is called, but do not find a target.
I sometimes feel like those kind of catches are kind of back-breaking morale catches.
A good 1-for-1 from McCartney does take out Doyle, probably the main aggressor of that Canada side, and straight away Dermot heads to the wing. It's almost they pre-planned it that when these wingers are taken out. And Harkenny with a catch. Ness unlucky there, very aggressive up into that centre court. But a good jump dodge from number 31 there. Or 37, my mistake. That's Katie Kincaid for Ireland.
Canada's going to wait for the 3 balls. Cowie calling it. And they threw all 3 there.
Yeah, it's sort of a cloth play style.
Yeah.
That when you have those 3 balls, no matter what, if you throw 3, Ireland aren't going to be able to respond because they just don't have those players to carry all the balls forward.
But let's say if they missed, and then number 37, Katie Kincaid, I believe.
Yep.
Then would have the 5 and could just come up to the neutral zone with those 5 balls and slowly just try to pick them apart that way. That's a bit of a risk, isn't it?
It's definitely a risk. It's that high risk, high reward that Canada are after. Obviously, they're definitely going to back themselves in that catching scenario.
Yeah.
1 ball is always a lot easier to catch than 3 coming at you, that's for sure. You're also probably going to start tiring Kincaid out at that point when you've got 5 balls. Advantage is on you for a couple of balls. You're going to have to throw 3. Half Kenny and Doyle throw the 2 right balls there. Number 8, Stewart, is that player with the lone ball now. 1 ball against 4. 2 players up though. That's a good hit from Ireland. They throw 3 balls and they get 1 back. That deflection does then come back their way.
Ooh, that might have been a double there. And I think the refs are... Yes, the refs are calling it as a double.
That ball from Stewart, just with the spin on it. And 2 hits there. It's nice to see from Ness there because although they're taking out Stewart with that single ball, Ness is so high up court that she's almost got that free shot on long.
I think Ness is constantly keeping the pressure up on her side there and making sure her teammates are covered, as well as keeping that pressure on the opposing side.
Yeah, a lot of people commentating, communicating in the Twitch chat, talking about how well Canada are doing. They've been very aggressive from the start of this game. 19-1 up, 15 minutes left. Anything is possible in 15 minutes. Ireland would have to be very aggressive, but that 1 ball is very aggressive, and it does take out Stephanie Stewart there. Single ball from Ness, but a cover from Florin in that centre. It's that high neutral zone, that larger neutral zone that we see in the cloth side of things that can give the defensive ball. And they take out Cowie.
Half Kenny calling. Oh.
And Half Kenny, she does nearly take that catch.
That throw by Florian just before, I feel like she was trying to possibly drop that ball or like throw a drop. It was interesting to see. Let's see if she's going to try it again.
The call from Ness in the middle. Something we don't see that much in Europe. Mm-hmm. The call sort of behind the ball.
Yes.
It comes from the middle, sort of a foam originated calling system. One of the only teams that still calls that is Italy.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's sort of an ancient trade.
Oh, okay. So the calls primarily are coming from the wings?
That left side wing is predominantly where the call is made from. And that way the ball is, the call is then passed along. It sounds confusing because why would you pass something along? But then when you're in that centre, if you're calling either way, that slight second where you're looking left and right gives maybe the opposing team that seconds to strike that ball.
Yeah, I can see that. Yeah.
A block from Ireland there. Kincaid. And the double ball attack tries to take out Canada.
And Ness again, just with a small little hop getting over it.
Ness just hanging around that neutral zone, just providing that cover. Not long left in this set. Canada happy to take the draw, but they could look at closing thing out, but they don't. Ness hangs around that neutral zone. The block doesn't come in from McCartney. She loses control of that ball. And Kincaid with a throw does nearly take out number 18, Florin there. She decides last second to turn away and not go for that catch. Smart dodgeball.
And I have to say, Ness has been really keeping that pressure up, and I'm constantly saying it in this game, is that Ness has always stayed up and lingered up there with the ball to provide coverage for her team, as well as to push the Irish back a little bit and take that shot when warranted.
A bit of a switch up for Canada now. Ness does come off. The ball tries to come in. The cross court from Shine tries to come in, but just misses Stewart. McIlvery just in that neutral zone, applying that pressure, and they get that third ball. That is some very smart dodgeball from Canada. That call comes in from Cowie in the centre. The fake, the single ball. And as Ireland creep up, Shine does not find the hit.
Cowie did a great job of staying up there and trying to bait that ball over, too. Oh, and what a catch by number 5.
Yeah.
Irish.
Emma Spence, we know what she can deliver on court. That single ball catch is favoured, you know, just outside that body position.
She kind of brought it in, too. It was very well caught.
Yep, very well caught indeed. That Twitch poll is now up for grabs, the Beercade Player of the Match. Sponsored by Beercade, the official after-party sponsor. The Players of the Match will win a Beercade gift voucher for $10.
Those Mario bucks, as I like to call them.
Spence so unlucky there. She tries to take out McGilvery.
And a great hit by Ireland, number 18, Jenny McCartney.
Yeah, Stewart doesn't quite take the catch in that, so Canada are now down. But a single ball hit takes out Kincaid. Halfpenny dodges, but number 18, Stewart, cannot find a dodge this time around. Oh, Florin, sorry, not my mistake. .30 seconds, single ball, delayed ball comes in.
I believe Half Candy got in the head.
And
number 18, McCartney, just checking and apologizing for that headshot. And often I feel like we are playing dodgeball. Headshots will happen. The polite thing. Oh, and the Irish get this set.
Yeah, real nice from them.
But like I said, I feel the polite thing and the common headshot etiquette is to either wave or a quick sorry for the headshot, or again maybe nothing at all, because again we are playing dodgeball. And they're off again.
Yeah, 8 minutes left in this second half. 21-3 up is the scoreline in the favour of Canada. A very aggressive team from the start, and they took that lead early on, and they've displayed great dominance throughout. Ireland next on this court in the men's division, and will want to beat Mexico.
Number 7, Shine and Half Kenny just smiling at each other with their own fakes.
Cowie with the gazelle.
Very gazelle-like dodge, yes.
Yeah, that double back flick that we call under just the ball deflection on comes low, and McGilvery covers Cowie as Cowie tracks back to the back of the court. This will put Canada into the quarterfinal spot. Ireland still will play on, but in positional playoff games. So just to make sure that every team is well seeded that has turned up. A good dodge from 93 there, Webb. She dodges that two-ball attack that can sometimes prove quite difficult, especially when they're in the same area. McGilvery up in the neutral zone, and they're the hardest ones to catch because you're so much closer to the opponent.
And she had her hands or her arms out for it, but I think what happened was that her front leg was a little bit too past her fishing area, I suppose.
And that's the thing, when you're on that track back, sometimes they're the hardest catches to make. And that is unlucky from Thompson. She's trying to track back. She almost gets into that tombstone position. But unfortunately, it's hit on her legs before it can reach her torso.
And a great catch by Cowie.
Yeah, real nice. Just tracking that ball that maybe is in a little further away than the other.
And 5 seconds left.
Hit called just before the whistle.
Right before.
McCartney. And that's a double ball attack. Slight technical issue with the camera. Is trying to be fixed as quick as possible. Already back up. Plenty of cheers for Canada. That Beercade Player of the Match poll still live in Twitch chat. Like people have said, Ireland taking way too many one-for-ones when they were down in numbers. Also throwing too many single throws from Ireland, playing straight into Canada's game plan. And I think that is a very good summary from Twitch chat indeed.
I would definitely agree with that.
Canada were happy to take those single ball catches. They took the momentum early on. It's that mindset that they were after.
And I think those a lot of the Canadian players early on were kind of testing the waters there, and then eventually as the game went on, they became a little bit more comfortable with the Irish's throws, that like they would put themselves into a catching mindset before it even happened.
Yeah, Milne just unlucky there on a jump up, just gets hit. And so now 4 players left. 4 players up, Canada are in this spot. Half Kenny does charge up court with that single ball, but doesn't need to throw. They'd rather set with the 3 balls. Play 2 called. Play 2 was called, but it gives them enough time. 5 seconds is a long time. A lot of people try to rush through that 5-second play ball. A lot of people talking about the Irish playing a lot of the divisions. We spoke about it on day 1 and day 2. We don't believe their men had a rest. They didn't have a rest on day 1. Their women a similar in day 2. Didn't really have that rest. Absolutely shattered, but the men team has withdrawn from foam. If they beat Mexico, it just gives them that opportunity to just focus on that. It's the game that we've got next on this cloth showcase. Mexico versus Ireland.
And maybe when it comes to the future World Championships, that possibly more nations will start bringing more teams, more separate teams. Because exhaustion would get to athletes in this length of a tournament, especially if you're playing different divisions.
And what is great to see, Canada have still remained ever so calm and focused. A final 1 minute 30 set. Focused, calm and collected. Thompson comes on for Cowie. Merwin comes on for Morrison. That Twitch chat has now ended. 76% in the favour of Doyle. Unlucky there. Ball comes into Merwin, but that power behind it can't quite secure it at chest height. A well-deserved Beercade player of the match. Doyle played some very aggressive dodgeball, took those single ball catches that she needed to. Canada have played unbelievable dodgeball. You could happily give their whole squad that player of the match.
Definitely many players on that team that really shine through in this match. But I would agree with the Twitch chat that it was Doyle's hits that were really a standout. Doyle's aggression and Doyle's accuracy as well.
And you do have to commend Ireland. Like we've said, did play all divisions, absolutely shattered going into day 3. And you can somewhat see that from their play style. But some good throwing from them late on. 24-4 down, mathematically impossible to claw this back now because we will go into a final 1 minute 30 set. If this ball finishes, ball pops up. But no one tracks it.
And that's the match.
Yeah.
24-4. Do you believe that possibly, considering that the Irish have never really seen Canada play cloth, that it had some kind of effect on their play towards them? They weren't really know what to expect?
It's something we spoke about in this tournament as a whole. A lot of the rest of the world teams who don't predominantly play cloth have homework to do before this tournament. They've seen these teams that play time and time again in Europe. They've got stuff to look at. They've got players to focus.
Yes.
For the European teams, we don't really know what their play style is. Obviously, we know a lot of the origin of their play styles come from foam. The middle ball crawl.
Yep.
A lot of single ball releases, calm and collected. Some great dodgeball from both sides, but Canada women's do progress into that quarterfinal spot. We'll have shortly an interview with Doyle and Jake Mason. We'll be heading that interview up. As both teams high five and have a quick team talk, we will just wait for that, but don't go anywhere. The next game up on this cloth showcase court is Mexico versus Ireland. Also in that similar position, the playoff spot for the quarterfinals. But a great game so far. Started off well for day 3, Matt.
It definitely started off well, and I think that match was a good, sign of things to come when it comes to the level of play. I believe that you're going to see a strong Canada go further into the playoffs. Maybe I'm a little biased, but I definitely think, and look at this, some great sportsmanship by Canada and the Irish taking a group picture together.
Yeah, real nice. So don't go anywhere. That interview coming up shortly with Jake Mason and Doyle from the Canadian side.
Hello again, Ms. Doyle.
Hello, how are you?
I'm great. How are you?
Good,
After that, look at that,
I feel
24
great.
24 to 6, taking out Ireland, moving on in elimination matches.
Yep.
You are very, very popular with the fans at home. I'm pretty. Yeah, I mean, how could you not be? Again, I'm obsessed. How are you feeling going into elimination day?
I was unsure, honestly. I was very, very tired and sore today, but now that we're all warmed up, we really got our flow of things today, and I think we'll make an impact.
Amazing.
I'm feeling good.
Feeling
The whole
good.
team is, yeah.
Who do you play next?
Okay, don't quote me on this, but I think I heard we're either playing Austria or Great Britain next, so it'll be a very tough match.
I don't know if they've been saying this on the stream, but a lot of the matches today are really tough. It's
Oh, yeah.
wild to see some of what would traditionally be like these like silver and gold medal matches
Yeah.
in elimination knockout games before we even get to the medals.
Yep,
So
exactly.
Austria or Great Britain, both super strong teams. How did you hold up against them in round robin?
Austria, I think it was 26 to 6, so they did very well against us. And then Great Britain, you saw yesterday, was a similar score.
You're coming off this win.
Yep.
You got the hype, you got the energy, you're ready to go.
Including the team, yeah. They're
And the
feeling
team.
the hype and the energy, yep.
Keep that going, and anything can happen.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
Anything else you want to do or say before I'm going to also get one of our Irish players in here. I mean, you are still, again, our Beercade player.
Thank you.
So all the people that you paid at home to vote for you. No, kidding. You wouldn't have to. You're amazing.
Thank you.
I have to pay for my votes. But anyway, yes, again, you're the player of the match. Congratulations. Go kick some butt today and keep it up.
Thank you so much again.
Of course. Thank you. I'm going to actually try to see if I can get one of the Irish players in here. Yeah, if you wouldn't mind. And I'll just fill this airtime with my beautiful face. Because while you get to vote at home for the Beercade player of the match, I just want to give everyone some time to be seen and heard. And hey there, go ahead and use that.
Hi.
And I know there's a lot you're doing right now. You came off this really strong match. First off, introduce yourself to the world.
Hi, my name's Meg Shine, play for the Republic.
Nice. And very intense game. Like Canada, going into this, what were your thoughts? What were your feelings? Just like, did you know this was going to be such a strong match? Did you?
Yeah, we know it'll be tough. We've seen Canada play a little bit over the couple of days. And as you might know at home, we've played an insane amount of games and we knew we were going to be tired. We tried to come in quite hard and then we tried to slow it down, and just by the time we got in our groove, it was a bit too late. Canada were strong from the start, and they had a lot of fresh blood to kind of bring in when they needed to. So actually, they really did deserve that win.
You guys are. Oh yeah.
Yeah, they just deserved it.
Oh, that's very. You guys are probably have the smallest contingent of players here. I mean, Canada has the advantage of being here in Canada, so they have a lot of people that can rotate out, full rosters. I know that you guys are playing both foam and cloth. Have you been doing that this whole tournament?
Yeah, so we've got mixed foam, mixed cloth, and then the women's for the girls' side of it as
And
well.
it's a lot of the same rosters. Are you on all those teams or just
We
cloth?
only have 8 girls here.
Oh my goodness. So it's a lot of dodgeball.
Yeah.
And you are exhausted, I'm sure. But you guys put up a really, really good fight. We haven't had a chance really. I haven't had a chance to get you on camera yet. But anyone you want to say hi to at home, and any shout outs or anything like that you want to say?
Yeah, definitely to everyone at home. I know there's a lot of people who are kind of watching on screens at the side of work at the moment. There's a lot of people just watching. So thanks very much to friends and family of everyone in the Republic and back home personally as well. And just a massive shout to everyone who has come to play and coach for the Republic here, because we've had an insane few days and we've still got at least 5 matches to go as a nation. So we've just got to bring it. So
just getting started.
Massive congrats to everyone.
I did see that. And I don't know if we have to go yet or not. I don't mean to keep going, but I'm so happy to have you here. I saw, even some of our players. I looked over, the U.S. players were shagging for you guys. So I really love this community. I really love how people step up. They're like, oh, they're exhausted. Like, let's get them in there. I love seeing that. How is this? Have you played on the world stage before? I know you've done Euros, correct?
Yeah.
How is this compared to like Euros or any other championships you've been to?
It's all quite different. So we had worlds in, we were, previously Manchester, New York, way back when.
Oh, okay.
Kind of not in that top 10, but we came to this one. It was invitational. Everyone could come. We thought, you know what? Let's just go and get our name out there, get a ranking for the Worlds, especially when it's invitational. We're a really small nation, so actually to get everyone here and get everyone to play is just phenomenal.
I love that.
And to try foam as well. We've not played before, and actually, we might have lost some games, but we definitely stood our ground in them and kind of showed up, and we learned as we went, and we learned a lot, played hard.
I need you to come coach whatever team I'm on, because I love your energy and I love your just all your insights. So that's great. One more time, thank you so much. What was your name again?
Meg.
Meg. Sorry. I was like, it's in and out because there's so many people here and I love it. But thank you, Meg. And congratulations, and go do all the things you're going to do in all your other matches, because you have a long day still ahead of you.
Thanks very much.
All right. Thank you,
See you
everybody.
later.
See ya.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to day 3, knockout day of the Dodgeball World Championships 2022 here in Edmonton, Canada. My name's Greg Whitehouse and I'm joined by the wonderful and ever so polite
Matt Locke. Thank you so much for that. I don't think I'm that polite. I'm just...
You're Canadian, you're polite.
Okay, that's fair. Would you say most Canadians are very disarming with their politeness?
Yeah,
They
it's
kind
worrying.
of they kind of lure you in a little bit.
I'm like, what? How dare you be nice to me? Because if someone is like that you don't know is nice to you in or England for sure, it's ever so worrying. It's what do they want?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Makes you a little anxious.
Lots of great matches today. That is very correct indeed. If you're not already following the Twitch,
Do so?
exactly.
Yeah.
We're in day 3 of the knockouts. This is a playoff game to make it to the quarterfinals.
Question for you. Did you ever use Twitch before Dodgeball?
Yep.
Yeah? You a streamer?
I was.
Yeah?
During lockdown, I streamed. I'm a advocate for a lot of video games. I may not be good at them,
No.
but I do like video games.
Video games are great.
Because if I say I'm good at them, someone will be watching and tell me I'm not.
Yeah, you got to be careful about that one. People are always out to get you. Or at least on video games. Yeah, I never really used Twitch before this. I'm not much of a streamer, though I do enjoy video games.
You don't play video games?
I do play video games.
Oh, okay.
I just don't stream them.
Okay. It was only during lockdown where I was stuck at home. I played video games anyway, so.
Oh, I did that as well. I'm more of a, I guess, a single player kind of video gamer.
Well,
I like my stories,
okay.
my yarns.
Well, away from single player games, it's a team game here today at the Dodgeball World Championships 2022.
Mm-hmm. And I think they're about to get set up here.
Yep, Mexico men against Republic of Ireland men. Both teams out for that quarter-final spot.
There should be 20 minutes.
And we're just trying to get synced up here.
So both teams in the favoured high fives. Ireland ready to go. Mexico also raring to go. 40 minutes of dodgeball separates both of these teams from a quarter-final spot. Two 20-minute halves comprised of 3-minute sets. At the end of a 3-minute set, if there is no clear winner, you can have a draw. But if one team has majority players, that team will take the 2 set points. If a draw is the conclusion of those 3 minutes, both teams take 1 set point. The whistle is underway.
I believe that middle ball went uncontested there. And Mexico starts with a 3-ball throw. And they just throw 1.
Yep, Mexico predominantly a foam-based country, but are playing in the cloth format. The first worlds with both.
I'm noticing that Ortega on the Team Mexico he's kind of breathing on his hand to get a little bit more grip on that cloth ball.
Yep, something a lot of people do, especially if you might lack that finger strength. It sort of like makes your hands a little warmer as such. When Toro, as he turns around to grab the ball, Ireland do take advantage of that. And Ryan Hollinger is hit out as he dodges low. Ireland, 1 player up. The scoreboard is available at the bottom of your screen. But if slight maybe technical issue, you won't have that timer. We'll try to keep you up to date with the timer as it goes by.
Ooh.
So close to the grips on that. Pops up and maybe slight bit of footwork could have got him that ball. And Frankie Ladiri on that left side taken out by Gonzalez on the single ball. A block from Taff. And a disarm from Murphy. Good throw, takes out Garcia. When you lose control of that ball and that ball becomes a dead one, you are an out player. Block from Taff, away from.
Let's see what Gonzalez can do here. And another block by McAvoy. Tough position for Gonzalez to be able to slowly pick away at these 3 veterans.
What Mexico do have to be wary of is that ball is not live in front of that orange line. They've just got to make sure that the ball is passed behind that orange line to become a live one.
Yes. And the Irish take the first set. And they're setting up again.
Yeah, good start from them. But Mexico take the center ball. A bit of panic movement in and around that. But the ball picked up by Toro Hogue. Number 16 just throws the single ball.
Taro seems to be wearing a finger brace. I believe he might have got a finger jam. Is that common in cloth?
It is one of the most common injuries. The hand injury is obviously most common, just because of the inflation and the weight of the ball.
Exactly. I feel like in foam, you do get those finger jams, but they're more of like finger sprains. I rarely see any kind of like break. And I'm not too sure Toro has a break, but I would not be surprised with a finger in this kind of ball format getting jammed like that.
What you see a lot of is dislocations as well.
Yes.
So when you've dislocated, you've obviously torn that muscle. Also, a lot of players you'll see with fingers strapped up, predominantly either that little pinky finger that is attached to the finger next to it, or the two center fingers are strapped in together. A great throw there from McAvoy, the captain for this Irish squad. That low toe shot there from him. Hollinger maybe looks for that catch but decides against it just as it's out of his comfort zone just a little.
McAvoy deciding not to press up a little bit, but to come back with his team.
And we was talking a little bit about earlier, you know, breathing on your hands to warm them up. Obviously, in the foam format, you can actually chalk up your hands.
Yes. And you can't do that in cloth?
Not as far as I'm aware. A 1-for-1, McAvoy and Gonzalez. Taff is also hit out on the play before. So both teams were not equal. Ireland down one player. But yes, chalking is not allowed.
Okay.
As far as I'm aware, it's not something that has ever been done.
Great catch by number 16 from Mexico. He tries to go for another one, but his teammates were able to follow up and finish the set for him.
Yeah.
And that's a smart play to throw that ball, and you have bodies up. Throw the ball. If you miss, you're pretty much staying up there for a moment. You got to go for that catch. You're not going to be quick enough to backpedal.
Yep. He set himself well, just doesn't quite secure it.
Nope. Question for you off the rush then. Anytime a ball has been like passed back or like rolled back, has it ever gone to the other, like a fellow teammate and they've accidentally stepped on it?
Not really, because you don't really lift your feet that up. Like when you're tracking back, your feet are very close to the ground to sort of push back on it. A good start from Ireland in this set, though. 2 players up to start. Play 2 has been called. Tough with a catch. Huge from him. Unfortunately, there was a double hit on that one, though.
Oh, okay. I was wondering. Ooh. Oh, and Taro was saved.
Saved, and a catch is made. So just that player swing has changed things up, but Murphy does get the cross court.
That was a great throw by Murphy. Very strategic and pretty much a no-look. He was looking straight ahead against the person he was matched up with and was able to do that cross. Oh, and Arpego was great dodging up until that last one. Can't be mad. I believe 2 was thrown at him, and then he pushed up and got a third one.
So that Beercade player of the match that couple of people are talking about, that will be activated with 10 minutes left of the whole game. So that will be available then. 2 players from each side will go up on the poll for you to vote at home. A nice throw from Toro, but it's blocked by Murphy. Block from Murphy again, and now he's high up the court. And 19 does drop low. Garcia there. Toro in that neutral zone, dancing around, and the double running counter.
Ooh, he almost had that.
Maybe the spin around on the floor. Can't quite get his feeting on that to push up and take that catch.
Is it common in cloth to have refs set up the balls, or is it more so the responsibility of the ball retrievers?
It's the refs and the line refs' duty.
Okay.
If teams are rushing, then they'll almost participate in that. But it's mainly refs and line refs.
And that makes sense considering the placement of the balls are always going to be the same roughly.
Exactly. In foam, normally it's the ball retrievers of the team, because you know that setup that you're going to do. Fakes come in. Only 1 ball released from the center. Mexico have picked up on that center ball release that a lot of other teams will do. Nice throw from Ryan Hollinger there.
Not Mullinger?
Not Mollinger. Not Mollinger. So the play ball not called, but Ireland only throw 1. If a play ball was to come in there, 2 would have had to be thrown. And a catch from Ladiri. A catch and an out.
Yeah.
Not the worst result.
Great high dodge there for Gonzalez. He had room to spare when he jumped over that one.
A single ball trade. No targets found. There we go. Ball was not live because it was passed on.
Catching it out.
Catching it out. Very good.
Mexico comes up again. Murphy is a little patient here. Decides to regroup with his team and see what they can do. Ireland throws a couple of dodges. And Murphy presses again. Ooh, I think it hit. Yeah, it gave him the old haircut. Toro out. All up to number 19 now from Mexico to take on 4 Irish team members.
That high press in that neutral zone. Murphy now creeping up. Single ball does come through.
Great block by number 19.
81 dancing with the back line there. No line infringement. And Murphy just making sure the team comes down because he knows how long is left in that set. And that is perfect from Blaine Murphy on that left side there. Great listening from the coach there because that coach will have that 3-minute timer.
Not much you could do from the Mexico side with the little time amount that they had. They tried to press early on into that last set, but it just didn't go their way.
Both teams ready. Ireland up 6-2. That ball not live again. It is now activated. Ladiri dancing on that right side, a back and forth almost with those two balls, those wingers there. Ball pops up.
Ortega, I believe, was looking for that pop-up catch, but was able to block the follow-up throw at him.
Ball pops up, and that is so unlucky from Ladiri. It's the save and the catch. So unlucky, but good reactions. Played a very good game so far, but number 7 there, Toro, is taken out. So Ireland now only one player down. And the single ball there. A single ball back from Ireland. No one wants that major possession. A block comes in.
Ireland with 3.
McAvoy with the trades in the neutral zone. And player called out there. A deflection hit. Mexico come ever closer now. Only 2 set points behind. Good dodgeball from both sides.
Very good dodgeball from both sides, making it a very interesting, close game here. Fighting for that playoff spot. Oh, and Ortega.
Close to that tombstone catch. Hollinger can't quite get under the way of 2. And Ireland now back with 3. Only one player down. Ireland came out the blocks quick and aggressive, but Mexico are remaining in it with all these catches. Some great reactions from them. Oh, and tap drops low. The catch is almost there.
Almost there, but the power and the mustard was on that throw. By number 16, Hoj.
McAvoy with the little gazelle leap. That ball blocks low, just in case those toe shots are coming in. Like we said, you're aiming for knees and below. They're the perfect throws. And the fake from McAvoy just puts Hoj into that pre-dodge.
Ooh, number 86 tries to get away with a spin dodge, but isn't able to survive.
McCartney picks up on that. He's been watching him. He's seen him that he's spinning every time. And this time, as soon as his back's turned, that ball is released. The quick release from McCartney, making Ireland only one player down now. And the block from Hoj.
I'm often surprised of how some spin dodges actually help players.
It doesn't. It doesn't.
It really doesn't. But how do they survive? Like I've seen it be successful more often than not. And I don't know if it's... Oh, and a great catch by Murphy.
Yeah, takes that single ball. That's what he's after. Murphy, a renowned catcher, a very acrobatic style dodger, but definitely does have the arm to back that up as well. We know he's that talker in the middle. He likes to make sure that the team are settling down on things. And that's what cloth dodgeball is so nice about. You have that center sort of voice.
Yes. It's funny when you call him that cool center when... Often when I'm playing, he's very cool and centered right now, but
people liking the phrase "the mustard."
The mustard, you got to put this spicy mustard on it. I'm hip. Mexican bench getting a little pumped up here. And I believe, yes, they were just trying to pressure and try to see if they could get that last hit to possibly take the draw.
Yep. The Twitch comments, I'd say that makes sense.
Yeah, I definitely agree with it. I often don't see how people survive it, but more often than not, I see people survive, and it's just mind-boggling to me. Maybe it's just a foam situation where I see that the most, but I could see it not being very effective in cloth at all. Mainly because you're able to get a little bit closer, and the balls are a little bit bigger too.
Yeah, tough one.
Yep.
What I'd say is probably it's like the distraction. It's almost like the quick step around that I think maybe that's what it might be when you're hitting that spin. That sort of motion.
Yep.
Eyes up at all times. That's what
eyes forward and eyes up. Yeah.
100%. 5 balls to look at.
Yeah.
You're looking at the back of the court if you're spinning around.
Yeah. It's funny how I see a lot of new players do that. And sometimes that is one trait that they are unable to get rid of is that spin dodge. And it's just second nature to them. You can't really break it. It's just a bad habit.
Ireland up 8-4. But they take that ball. And a dodge from McAvoy, who is now in centre as Lediri heads out to that wing. And they hang around that neutral zone just to apply pressure. Even just one fake, you're just making the other team force that play ball. The leap from McAvoy.
A great strong throw by Hollinger. Ooh, and he gets grazed there, Hollinger.
So not long left now on that clock, which is now available. 1 minute 10.
So of the first half.
Single ball from either side. 77 for Mexico has now been subbed on. And the block from Lediri. One player up, Ireland. If they win this set, they'll look at going into the half 10-4 up. A good result for them. Obviously, not at that winning stage just yet. Still 20 minutes of dodgeball still to play.
Another back-breaking catch by Murphy. This is definitely the momentum that Ireland's going to want to take into the end of this first half. And Mexico responds with their own catch.
But no line fault there. Dancing with death on that back line. So now both teams are even. And that is the minute and a half ended. Both teams end on 5. The half is there. So into the half, 9-5. No momentum from either side on the draw.
Not a bad result for that set. I'm sure Ireland wanted to take the 2 set points there, but both teams seem to be accepting of that result.
Yep. Ireland have to go into this second half calm and collected. Don't rush anything. Play your game, and that's what they've been doing in the first half. They've made Mexico take that step forward, and they're reacting.
Yes. And I think that's a true veteran sign of being in the cloth game for so much, that they're going to see what Mexico does first and kind of like test the waters with them.
Yeah.
Because I believe Ireland would be more easier to adapt to whatever Mexico is giving them.
And that's it. It's what we've said time and time again, especially when you've not got much revision, much homework, much video footage to review the other team on. It's a lot about playing the sensible game in the first half, playing smart dodgeball, letting them make the moves. That way you can judge them a lot more.
Yes.
If you're trying to play aggressive, all you know is their defensive style.
Yeah.
Ireland playing very, very sensible dodgeball, and it's nice to see.
It's great to see. I'm ecstatic. Also going to sit down for a moment. Both teams strategizing what they're going to do in that second half.
Don't come out all guns blazing. Play smart dodgeball. Mexico, 2 sets behind. What do they need to do in that second half to change things around?
Unsure. I would say a little bit of aggression could go a long way, but not to kind of overdo it with the veterans who will take advantage.
And that's the thing. You can afford to be aggressive, but the problem with somewhat being that aggressive, and it's like we say, high risk, high reward, you're giving those balls away. You know, giving Ireland 4 is definitely not the move that you're after.
Ireland is ready to go. Seems like we're about to start.
Yeah, a 5-minute half-time timer has now come into its end. 20 minutes away from taking it to the quarterfinals. Both teams playing very well. Ireland just in the lead, 9-5 up. Anything can happen in this second half. It's 20 minutes of dodgeball.
Anything?
Who knows?
Who knows?
We will remain with 5 cloth balls. We know that for sure.
That's for sure.
Middle ball picked up. Oh, and Ortega is...
It is a bounce. He was confident.
He was close to that line.
He was very close. I think that's what he was worried about the most, not the throw.
But 3 balls now. And McCartney with that single ball release. Plenty of power behind that.
And it's rolling back.
Just making sure Valdez can't take the catch.
Murphy gets another hit here, and it's a great start for Ireland.
Yeah. Ball pops up, but Murphy on the back foot. He doesn't want to risk it. Don't need to bring anyone in because you've already got 6 on court, so you're only risking your own play style. Yes, you'll take 1 away from Mexico, but sometimes that ball with the correct spin on it is a very hard one to catch. You're almost judging sort of a different throw.
Interesting.
Oh, McAvoy pops up, but can't quite get his hands on it as it pops off court.
That type of situation, if McAvoy's possibly pops it back in, but still goes out, would that be counted as a catch?
Sorry, say that again.
So let's say McAvoy in that situation gets hit, is falling out, but like pops it back onto court for another player, his own teammate, to catch.
Yeah, that's a catch.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What would you call that? Is there any kind of like nickname for that?
Unreal dodgeball.
Fair enough.
I've only ever seen that once. Throwback to a very new ball.
Oh, what a catch!
Oh, very good reactions from McBride there. On his track back, he just pops it up, dives into it. But yeah, I've only really seen that once back in the 2016 World Cup. The first of what we saw from 5-ball. Malaysia, it was a 3-ball sort of attack on them. They popped one up. 2 people actually jumped off.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So one pops it in, another one just jumps out to pop it even further back in.
The reason why I ask is because it did happen a few years ago, I believe, at the World Championships. But like most commonly known in ultimate frisbee as the greatest.
Yep. 2 players down.
And I can
and Murphy is caught there. Now 4 players away. Mexico will probably want to take the first set in this second half. Close to a catch, but Ortega with the torn. Not seen that one before.
No, I haven't. He seemed to be loading something up, but then I thought maybe not. Then he did a few other things. I don't know exactly what he was doing. It looked interesting, that's to say, for sure. It definitely looked like finger guns, but anytime I think about finger guns, I think about the two finger guns. But it seemed like he was loading up and taking his time to load the one finger gun.
Oh, Murphy close to the catch but doesn't take it. Hollinger, ball is blocked by Hoge. Hoge or Hogue? Shot there. The ball not caught by Ortega, bounces just before him. Three balls in the hand of Ireland. Single ball release from Ireland. They don't want that pressure. They don't want the majority. A block and another block is returned. Now Mexico have that 4 balls. Taft close to taking that first one but doesn't quite secure it. The second one hits him out as well, and McAvoy is also hit out. Mexico playing very aggressive dodgeball into this second half.
And if I understand that correctly, that was a leap of faith.
And a very nice leap of faith at that.
Very accurate.
Yeah, and that's what you can deliver. Before you jump at that neutral zone, that arm is popped backwards, loaded, ready to throw, hits the target. Now with other players who are obviously in from the Ireland squad, the Mexican still is a live player, so can be hit out in that.
Yes. And so if he does hit that player, he might have some technical difficulties here.
So that minute timeout called by Ireland, just making sure the momentum can be stopped a little from Mexico because they've come out fighting in this second half. 9 set points each now.
And just to clarify with that leap of faith, if that player did hit the Irish player and there was still a little bit more Irish players left, he would be able to come back to his own side?
Yeah.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah. And he has to remain on court.
Yes.
John Taft takes the catch. And the second, that is
amazing catches.
Yeah.
He was in the perfect spot. Great catch in the first one, and in the second one, he was just right in the perfect spot for the follow-up.
I think he was deflected off that same Mexican player that he catches anyway, so he doesn't actually take anyone else out, and he doesn't bring anyone in because the full Irish squad is on court anyway.
You know what? It still looked great, though.
It did. Yeah. Yeah, that leap of faith, a very suave move. Oh, easy catch from McBride. Stands strong, takes it into his chest. Ortega gets low and blocks. And Ireland are given 2 balls back in their possession. Mexico will be on the rush on this one though. And McCartney can't quite take that on. A dodge out of the way for McAvoy. McAvoy and Murphy, probably my 2 players from the Irish side I'll be putting forward into that Beercade player of the match. I'd like to probably say Gonzalez and Hoge.
Possibly even Ortega.
Yeah. Still yet to be decided. We've got 4 minutes to make a decision on that. When 10 minutes remain in that second half, then that Beercade player of the match will be available for everyone watching to make that vote. Number 10, Gonzalez there. He's high up court. It's that aggression that we're after in that centre court. Oh, and Ortega tracks that every way.
Another great block by Ortega.
Time paused on that.
Ortega hit Murphy and then immediately bounced off Murphy and came back, and Ortega caught the ball he just hit Murphy with. And then I believe there was another throw involved in that, close by. And I think the refs are just untangling it now.
Ref's discretion on that. Close to a blue card. Just having a little discussion on that. Like we said, when the players' hands are up and they're hit out by the opposing team again, blue cards are normally offered out. They're just discussing whether it was somewhat after the whistle, but even after the whistle, you're throwing. Blue card or no blue card, that's the question.
Yeah.
It's the question we're going to have the answer to very shortly. No blue card given. Mexico up 11-9. Interesting. They've made that comeback in the second half. They were 9-7 down. They've won 3 sets on the bounce. The thing is the timeout, I believe, from Ireland has already been called. That nearly takes the catch. That Beercade player of the match will be available.
I believe the refs are possibly talking about that leap of faith that just happened, and I believe Hoge was the one that made it, hit his target, then immediately went past the back line and ran into an off player. I don't know if that is the situation that they're talking about.
We'll soon come to a conclusion on that one. Ireland only now down one player. A sub has been made from the side of Ireland. Spence, probably the sister, the sibling, not the sister, how dare I, the sibling of Emma Spence. The Deary drops low and no ball finds the target. They'll now have 4 balls and they'll be called to play 2. No ball is made. The delayed ball comes in from Spence, but Ortega with a high dodge.
I like what Spence did there, just left that ball up around the neutral zone that after he threw, he was able to scramble back and immediately get it. Oh, and he was dancing on that back line there almost, but is able to block and survive.
So that Beercade player of the match poll is now available. The 4 players to vote from are Ortega and Hode from Mexico, Murphy and McAvoy from the Irish side.
And a catch by number 86.
Yeah, real nice catch. Avila. Ball pops up.
And Mexico is really coming back here.
They've come to life in this second half.
They really have.
Murphy now does return back to court.
There is lots of times here for Ireland to respond, though.
Spence was brought on probably to give Murphy that slight rest. Sometimes you're given that opportunity just to give that player the break that they're after. And what I say to a lot of players, you know, even if you're not playing that full time, every person is part of that team. If you're being brought on in that scenario, you're still doing your job, and wasn't quite given the full opportunity to play out his game. And unlucky that he was caught out at the end of that set. Murphy.
It's Taff.
Murphy just on the swap ball. Ball is absolutely drenched and probably not the best.
I was about to ask what are reasons why a player might want to switch out a cloth ball. So more commonly, is it because of the ball is drenched, or is it because of the pressure?
It's well, the pressure can be pumped up anyway.
Yep.
1.6 to 1.8 psi if you wanted to know the full details on that. But normally it absorbs a bit of sweat just because of the material. McBride does leap off, but fingertips away and doesn't make the catch. So now Ireland are 1 player down. Hollinger will have to track back quick. And Ladiri is set out also from what Ireland look like they could be taking the set. A catch in the right direction, that is unreal. Catch from Valdez. Unfortunately, the momentum takes him off. But now 3 players up. The throw from Ortega just bounced in before Murphy. And McAvoy will probably throw that single ball. And it finds the target. And Murphy is hit out by Ortega. Very good from him. Aggressive in that neutral zone. Murphy looks for the catch because I've seen him take them before. Like we said, that Beercade player of the match is available for you to vote on.
one Twitch streamer mentioning that Ortega has been clutch in these games in the second half, and I couldn't agree more.
Yep.
Whoa! That ball had some mustard on it.
Deflection doesn't hit me though, so we're okay. McAvoy pops up. And Ortega with the pressure decides not to throw. He knows single balls at Hollinger probably isn't the smartest decision. Oh, and he takes the catch!
Wow! Oh, the refs are calling it a bounce.
It was very close. Always hard to decide from our sort of point of view. We're not the referees, of course. Hose takes out Murphy. Unlucky from him. He's played a great game of dodgeball. It's that he just can't get behind his ball.
And that grazes Hollinger.
With 5 minutes left on the clock, Ireland do need to take this set. The sling ball comes in. Hoge into neutral zone, decides not to throw. He'd rather set with a 3. They're happy to take their time, Matt.
Yes, they are. They're in the lead, and it's pretty. Ooh, and they get 98.
Yep. McBride probably has to risk that in that scenario. Like we said, when he's after that catch, you know, it's high risk, high reward. 1v6 is very hard. You don't want to be taking up too much time because you've still got sets to claw back into.
Yes.
8 points separate Ireland from Mexico.
And a bit of a false start there by Ortega. So in that situation, was he past that?
He was past that.
He was past that.
Yeah. I think he maybe heard a different whistle might have gone off. Always a bit of a distraction when you've got plenty of courts and plenty of whistles.
Yep.
But now 5 balls available for Ireland. And they've got to grow aggressive. 2 separate targets, I can imagine, would be the call here. But it's not.
It's 2 balls on 1 target there.
Full start penalty is brutal, but the block back is made from number 25. Brown takes that catch. Nice reactions from him. John Taft with the arm. Gonzalez doesn't need to go for anything.
Doesn't do anything special there. Was able just to sidestep.
Mexico will want to play that slow dodgeball.
Oh.
The catch is made, unfortunately then falls off court. McBride, good catch nonetheless. And they need to close this set out. Brown passes that ball wide. Unfortunately.
And it seems like Mexico has 4 balls now. Ooh, and it comes close to the commentary booth again. Ball retriever. Unable to get the other ball that was clear near the commentary booth. It goes back to Mexico.
Hogue taken out there. Mexico just looking at playing this timeout. The balls come in and they end that set. Only 6 points behind. 1 minute, 2 minutes left. Almost impossible. Timeout called by Mexico. No timeout was called. Sorry, my mistake.
I believe I think they were mentioning to or they were trying to clarify with Ortega if he touched that back line or sideline there. And Ortega wasn't sure either, and I think his teammates were trying to inform him as well.
We're into that final 90-second set, so impossible for Ireland to catch up. Full start from the side of Mexico.
A little bit too eager both times for Mexico here. I understand wanting to keep the pedal down, but not necessarily. They don't need to necessarily rush anything here.
Yep, Tao comes in just to wipe that sweat off the court. And they're off. They do have that starting ball, but if Hoge is out or not, McAvoy takes the catch. And Ireland come out all guns blazing. It's a little too late, I'm afraid, in this game. Block from McAvoy. Mexico will be progressing into that quarter-final spots. Next up on this court, we have USA versus Canada in that co-ed cloth.
What was that again?
USA versus Canada.
And co-ed cloth.
Mixed.
Mixed.
Yeah, mixed co-ed, the same thing.
Yeah.
Those results have come in, and what looked like at the start of the game Hoge could have taken that BK player of the match. Ortega takes it instead, and that's some great dodgeball from Ortega.
That
Real nice.
Some brilliant comeback. A brilliant comeback by Mexico here. It seemed like Ireland early on were the heavy favorites, or at least we're kind of getting a bit of a lead there. But Mexico in that second half, and led by Ortega in some ways, were able to get the momentum back and shift it back into Mexico's favor.
Yeah, they were actually 9-7 down Mexico going into the second half. So we will try and get Ortega in for that Beercade player of the match. Matt will kindly be doing the interview.
Will I?
Yes, you will. Or would you like me to do it, Matt?
Oh, it doesn't matter. I think we have another person doing the interview, or...
I think she's in for the next game.
Oh, okay. Yep, doesn't matter to me.
Sorry.
We was muted the whole time. We're going to quickly go over
no,
everything.
sorry.
That's fine. So, Ortega, voted Beercade Player of the Match.
Thank you, guys.
Like we said, sorry, we're muted on that, but you're 9-7 down at the half. We'll just place a little recap. 9-7 down at the half. How do you think you and the team obviously brought that back?
Coming together as a team.
Yeah.
I mean, we had to talk. That's how we got it back. Pretty much that's how it is. That's how Dodgeball plays. You play as a team, you don't play single.
And that's it. You're a lot more aggressive, like you said a second ago. You'll now be going through to the quarterfinals, and obviously a great result from you so far. What are we looking forward to, sort of from that? Do you think what sort of things can you bring from that game into the next one?
Next game, controlling our pace. Controlling our pace, especially with ball control. Controlling our pace and ball control is what we need to bring into the next game. Seeing how this team played, we know, I believe we play Australia next.
Okay.
I believe they're a strong team, and they've been proven to be the strongest team so far here in this world.
Okay, well, thank you very much. I'll give you this. This is a Beercade Player of the Match token. It's the official after-party sponsor, and it's a £10 gift voucher that you can spend. So there you go. Well, thank you very much. Have a good rest of your day.
Viva Mexico!
And there we go. Coming up next, Canada versus USA in the mixed division.